I think right now is a great time for a first-time home buyer to be looking for a house. And I know that goes against conventional wisdom with inventory levels really low, interest rates on a 30-year fix around the 7% market, 7% rate, excuse me, some uncertainty in the banking sector. 3 of the 4 largest banking failures have occurred in the last 2 months, believe it or not, in the United States. We have some uncertainty regarding the debt ceiling, which I'll talk about later, although that seems to be coming together nicely. So why do I say it's a good time for a first-time home buyer to buy a house, or perhaps any home buyer to purchase? Well, let's talk about the first-time home buyer and the programs available to help that home buyer with closing costs and down payment. So Rhode Island Housing, and that's where I work, so I can speak to Rhode Island Housing's offerings, certainly. And I would say consumers should look at other opportunities for help and assistance other than Rhode Island Housing. But we offer right now 3 products that I think play a role in the current market. So a lot of you may have heard in the media and through friends and family, through realtor partners, through your mortgage relationships, mortgage lender relationships, mortgage loan officer relationships, that there is a $17,500 grant that hit the market the end of January. That is a new product for Rhode Island Housing. I should say it came from ARPA funds and state and local fiscal recovery funds, SLFRF, it's a tongue twister. Those funds offer $17,500, as I mentioned, to first-time home buyers who are buying their primary residence in Rhode Island, have a minimum credit score of 660, meet certain income qualifications, and agree to not only buy the property as their primary residence, but to stay there and maintain it as their primary residence. This is extremely powerful. Why? Because as opposed to other programs that we offer and other lenders or banks may offer, it's immediately forgivable. So the applicant, borrower / homeowner goes to the closing table and signs the grant agreement, signs the first mortgage, signs the note, the security instrument, and so forth, and instantly has $17,500 worth of equity in the property. So, if you take a look at, let's just say, a $400,000 sales price, and let's say the borrower puts in 3%, they go with a conventional mortgage, a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac mortgage, they put 3% of their own money into the transaction, so that'd be $12,000. They receive the grant, the statewide DPA grant for $17,500. Right there, the borrower is on day one enjoying an equity position of about 30%. I'm sorry, $30,000, which is not far from 10% of the sales price of $400,000. So, the borrower pays down some principal. We all understand and know that little principal is paid in the early months, but the borrower does pay some principal in the early months, and they're at 10% equity within a year. Very powerful, puts them in a great position to pay down their mortgage and really enjoy a good amount of equity, and use that equity in later years perhaps to buy another property, or move up, I should say, into a bigger property perhaps as their family grows. So great time to take advantage of that product. Funds are limited. We were awarded $30 million. Small percentage of that is devoted to our expenses, our admin costs, and the rest is dedicated to Rhode Island home buyers. There are also some other programs. They're less popular given the introduction of the grant to the market, but we have a plain vanilla 15-year fixed second mortgage, whereby the borrower pays it down every month, and after 15 years, if they hold it for 15 years, it's paid off, and that's the end of that. That's good product if the borrower does not have a 660 credit score. You could have a 620 credit score and qualify for that second mortgage, And it works just like a first mortgage, but it's in a second lien position, 15-year term. And then we have another product called the 10K DPAs, the $10,000 loan, 0% interest. It is a lien on the property, and it is only due upon resale, transfer, refinance, and essentially the borrower uses those funds to purchase, and it is due upon sale, transfer, refinance.